The process of kind of like going from one character to the next. Like for me, it was a lot of music and catchphrases and things of that nature. A body position or a stance, that I worked through to kind of establish the two of them, and locking into that, day after day, you start to create your own rhythm and routine. Smoke wore his trauma differently. He kind of closed up a bit. So Smoke is a man of few words. And that's what we kind of understood a lot amongst identical twins. Usually, twin brothers that are around each other a lot. One is more dominant in certain areas than the other. If you're always with your brother and your brother usually does most of the talking, you naturally don't talk that much because your brother's taking care of most of that. So finding out those little details was a lot of fun and very informing on just the process. But Smoke, had a heaviness to him that I kind of wore that took time to get off. And Stack was a lot lighter. He smiled through his pain. He smiled through his trauma. He talked his way through it. So he had a lot more things to do and say and to deflect, to not sit still and let those feelings and those traumas kind of catch up to him. So Stack was always kind of like, he's always on the move, always kind of fleeing from things. So yeah, the process as a whole was just experimental, but and by halfway through it, it was a process and that we saw all the way to the end.